So example 5, for quadratic relations, we're asked to find the center of the hyperbola and to determine the equation of the asymptotes and state the transaxis. Okay, so first thing is the center. We find the center value from looking at the shifts. So we have a shift of +2 and +4. That makes my center value at x equals 2 and y equals 4. For the asymptotes, we need to figure out a and b so that we can get the slope. So looking at a squared is 9, so that makes a equal to 3. B squared is 16, so that makes b equal to 4. And that makes my slope then, when I put these together, the slope is going to be equal to b over a. So rise over run. Okay, and that's going to be plus minus 4 over 3. I'm going to work out the transaxis before I write the equation of the asymptotes. Because it's x squared minus y squared equals -1, this means that this is a trans y-axis. Okay, so the graph is going to have hyperbolas that kind of point in this direction. And then lastly, to work out the asymptotes, we know that the asymptotes are going to be based on y equals the slope and a point. So I'm going to put this in point slope form. So it's going to be 4 over 3, and then I'll just use the center point as the coordinate of that I'm going to use for that equation. So y equals 4 over 3, x minus 2 plus 4, and y equals -4 over 3, x minus 2 plus 4. So that common point is going to be where both asymptotes go through. So I'll just use that point as a point on both lines. It makes it much simpler to work out then. For example 6, what we want to do is we need to complete the square and put it into graphing form before we can graph. So the first part of completing the square is we're going to group the variables and we're going to factor out common factors. So I'm going to group my x's and factor out the 16. And this then allows me to complete the square much easier. So then I'm going to do the same thing with my y's. I'm going to factor my y, 9 out of the y squared. And so I end up with -6y plus blank. And then this is equal to -337. I'm going to move that 337 to the other side. Okay, so at this point, since I've factored, I can see that this is an ellipse. So I'm going to go ahead and complete my square. So I'm going to complete the square with 25 here. That's going to mean I have plus 16 25s, which is 400. I'm going to complete the square here. This is going to be 9, but I have 9 groups of 9, which is 81. So I need to add 81 to the other side of the equation. So I can then simplify this. This is going to be in perfect square form, 16x plus 5 squared plus, and this is going to be 9y minus 3 squared, and that's going to be equal to, when I add this all up, I'm going to end up with, it looks like 144 positive. Okay, so then I'm going to write this in my graphing form. It's going to be x plus 5. I'm going to divide both sides by 144. So 16 over 144 simplifies to 1 over 9. 9 over 144 is going to simplify to 1 over 16. And that's equal to positive 1. There is my ellipse. So this is an ellipse. And the center of this ellipse is going to be at -5 positive 3. So I'm going to mark that off. Negative 5, positive 3. There's the center. The A value, which is my x-axis radius, is equal to 3. So I know it's going to go 3 to the right, 3 to the left. The B value is equal to 4. So I know it's going to go 4 up and 4 down. That locates my vertices. And once I've done that, I can then sketch in my ellipse based on those 4 vertices. Okay, so there it is.